Hello everybody, I am Angry Bird, back with a new Steel Division League cast today, and it's the battle between the same two players, Yuejin versus Gonzo. Who's going to win out this time? You'll have to stay tuned, but the game previously was so good that I thought I'd cast the rematch between these two players. So obviously in League, what happens is when they're in the League stages before the playoffs, when they're in the League stages, each player plays each other twice, and then obviously if you win both of the matches, you get 3 points for the win. If you win one match and lose one match, it's classed as a draw. That's 1 point, and obviously if you lose both matches, you get 0 points. So yeah, this is the rematch between those two players, the second match in their engagement. This time Yuejin's on the left. Well, he was last time too. He's playing the second French Armoured. He was last time too. And he's playing Vanguard Income. Yeah, last time too. Gonzo, he's on the right. This time he's playing WW2, who we've been seeing sneak into the meta a bit more, you know, being played by more and more players. So Chirina, they were out of it for a while, but they seem to be coming back. Flatline Income for Gonzo. I think he switched from Vanguard. He used to be a Vanguard only player, but I feel that Gonzo feels that Flatline is the only way to go right now, or perhaps it just suits his style a lot more. We knew him as an early aggressive player in Normandy, but I think he's now more of just an all-round amazing trader. He's got some great aggressive play, but I've seen him, you know, I think he can play long game too, which I think Flatline suits him as a pretty... well, as the world's #1, I'm sure. Yuejin on the left, he's playing the second French Armoured. I didn't check whether the deck was any different. Yeah, literally no idea. Oh, it must be different because he doesn't have the... I was going to say he doesn't have the P-38 bombers, but I'm getting that confused with a different match. I'm not sure whether it's different or not. It might be the exact same deck. I don't know. Let's go over to the right hand side to have a look at Gonzo's deck playing WW2 as the game does get underway. So what do we have in store? At 91 units of infantry, so 30 more than Yuejin has. He has 66 tanks, a lot of T-34-76ers. Now, the Shermans will cope fairly decently against those T-34-76ers, but, you know, T-34s, they aren't bad either, and when you've got 66, you can outnumber pretty much 2 to 1 against the Shermans, and I reckon he's going to get a lot of kills. And look at that anti-tank tab as well. 6 M42 guns, 3 ZIS 3 guns, 3 ZIS 2 guns, 6 ZIS 3 guns, 6 ZIS 2 guns. Well, basically 24 AT guns. Those Shermans are going to be in a lot of trouble. Gonzo also has the PE3s in the air tab and the M30s, which can double up as AT guns as well. So there is a lot of AT guns out there on the field for Yuejin to deal with. Let's recap as the game starts. Yuejin on the left hand side in blue, playing the second French Armoured. Looks like a fairly balanced setup for him actually. And Gonzo on the right hand side, WW2 playing Flatline Income, and yeah, actually a fairly balanced investment, it feels like, from both players. A lot of units down here in the south though, so yeah, actually looks like just Flamers up north, a couple of Voltigeurs. So the bulk of Yuejin's forces is down south. He's going to try and capture this southern hill, but there are some T-34s in here from Gonzo, so he has kind of gone to counter that, and he has a lot more infantry up in that northern town. There are both players about to duke it out in the centre, it feels like, as well. Who is going to win this? This is a massive start to this game. Whoever gets the big advantage at the start is going to have a pretty big advantage for a long period of this game. M42 gun does take out a half track there, but it's got to get those Sherman kills. That's what it needs to do. Gonzo pulling back the T-34, so he doesn't want to engage tank on tank. Oh, he's waiting for more reinforcements, I think, before he then pushes forwards with a group of 5 or 6 instead of just a group of 3 that he currently has. The OB-25s at the moment, sorry, 52Ps, trying to hold off everything. along with the M42 gun, but the Shermans will break through, but it's a case of a hell of a lot of T-34s coming in reserves. Gonzo is definitely playing for numbers of tanks to outmatch the Shermans. That is for sure. Up on the north, the Tanko Thessaloniki do sneak the flag up here. Gonzo picks up the early 13-11 lead, and Yuejin, I think, is going to be in trouble there. I don't really think he can contest against that flag. He can possibly try and move forwards and just sneak it back, but I don't really think he's gonna really do too well up there. At the moment, all focused down onto the south. It's going to be the southern engagement, I feel, that really turns the tide for the next 20 minutes of this matchup. Only 3 minutes into this game, but Gonzo does have the 14-10 right now. So we have 8 T-34s now down on this southern side. There is going to be a lot of fire soon to rain down on these Shermans, and they're currently taking it out on the Voltigeurs. Yuejin's pressing forwards. This is going to be a massive engagement. There is an M42 gun still here. Gonzo did pull it back. M10 tank destroyer in, more Shermans on the way. Oh my days, this is a big engagement. Looks like Yuejin has pushed forward in the centre, surrounded the Strelky, taken the flag there, may well take a flag further back as well. 13-11, more T-34s on the way. This is exciting. This is exciting. They are being engaged on, and all Gonzo unleashes the horde of T-34-76s against the Shermans. This is so good. This is amazing. T-34s from across the way also firing. It's just swarms of T-34s against swarms of Shermans and half tracks. I think Gonzo has the numbers here, though. He has the numbers advantage, but Yuejin pushing in the Shermans from further in the centre. 2 Shermans have gone down. I don't think Gonzo lost a T-34-76 right now, and I feel like Gonzo definitely has the advantage. Down goes an M10 tank destroyer as well. Yes, definitely first blood, second blood and third blood to Gonzo in that engagement. Ooh, T-34 does go down at the very end. The M42 gun also going down. Was it decisive? No. Did Gonzo win the engagement? Yes. We're going to have to see how Yuejin follows it up. He has the income advantage early on, so will it be more Shermans? No. More M10 tank destroyers, and the response from Gonzo? T-34-76s. This is a majorly interesting engagement. This is an amazing start to this game. I don't think I've seen this many tanks in a 1v1 match for a very, very long time. Both players just tank after tank. Wow, it's mostly Gonzo, just T-34 after T-34. The Russians are working overtime to get those T-34s to the front. Wow. One unit of Tanko Thessaloniki is the only infantry unit on this southern side now. The T-34s did back off from the ridge for a moment, but Gonzo's pushed them forward. Oh, the Tankos go down. Oh, this is... I feel like Gonzo... He did win that engagement there, but Yuejin has reinforced with the income advantage just very heavily. If all of these tanks go down, Yuejin could steamroll these 3 flags down in the southern side. In comes the PE3. Yeah, it is going to turn up on the southern side to try and take that Sherman out up on top of the hill. We do have a cannon 57mm coming in here now, and that will really help if they can sit in these forests. In the centre, definitely will help. The PE3 going to turn onto target. I did actually have that focused. It is going to turn onto target as we watch this engagement unfold on the hill. It looks like a couple of T-34s may have actually gone down there. There's one driver killed. Rockets come in onto that Sherman. It does go down, but Gonzo is slowly losing the engagement here. A couple of T-34s have gone down. This one driver killed. Yeah, Gonzo's losing this engagement on the southern side. Will we see another spawn capture by Yuejin? Oh, wow. This is a really fantastic game, and it just shows that Yuejin is a top player in Division 1. He's currently taking on the #1 seed in the world, and he's pushing him for all his might. The T-34s are going to close range engage with the Shermans, but the Shermans have this advantage, shot against shot, either side. does not get the out-and-out kill. It's 2-on-1, but the other Sherman does come in to engage now. The Sherman goes down first. Big kill for the for Gonzo, but there are so many Shermans right now backing up Yuejin behind his lines. T-34 and Shermans trade. More T-34s in the background as well, but the infantry are now starting to push forward. There's just 2 T-34s in the way. This 2 guns coming onto the field, and I expect these to line up kind of almost maybe all the way back here on the ridge line. Will Gonzo make a play further north? Because he is losing the south right now. There is a Tanko Thessaloniki's holding that central area, but yeah, the M5 going to come in, recapture that, and Gonzo retreating that Tanko Thessaloniki. It was out of position. It would have been taken out. The T-34s are having also to retreat. And the Voltigeur infantry do pick up the flag. 14-10 to Yuejin right now, capturing the centre flag and the southern flag. Definitely advantage Yuejin, and as long as Gonzo doesn't push the north, Yuejin will be very happy with the game so far. I think if Gonzo did push the north, he would make a breakthrough there. It's just whether he's going to do it or not, whether he can afford a couple of reinforcements, whether he can afford a couple of T-34s, or whether he can't. We have lost as this 2 down here. I didn't know whether it went down in the transport, whether it did unload, but one of them is down here, but it is about to be strafed by the P-38J, so we could lose that one as well. Pinned down, and I think it's going to go down at long range. Ooh, flanked from the T-34 76ers up north, coming down, but there are cannon 57 mils. A lot of tanks have gone down here. Just the AT guns left for Yuejin. He needs some tank reinforcements for sure, but we are a minute away from B phase. I imagine he's actually out of A phase tanks. The M10 tank destroyers are going to push forward, try and cut off this northern flank. Gonzo responds with the T-34 in the south. One of the cannon 57 mils go down. Will the other one survive? It looks like it will. There's 2 in here. Yeah, the T-34 76 does go down. The M10 tank destroyers come out of the light forest, but the T-34 76ers rush up for that close range engagement. Who's going to win out is 2-on-2. Although the tank destroyers, yeah, get the first kill. They do engage 2-on-1. The other the other T-34 76 Conrotti could not see those M10 tank destroyers at the bottom of the hill, but in comes the P3s. Doesn't get the kill on either M10. Very unfortunate for Gonzo, but the T-34 76 will clear up the second M10 tank destroyer. So 1 for 1. I think Gonzo will have preferred that engagement, but all of the tanks down here on the south have gone down. Gonzo ordering more reinforcements. The ZIS-2 guns have gone in there, gone down as well. IL-2KRs, all that's left patrolling the skies on the southern side. Gonzo is being outmatched right now. The T-34 76 pushing for the engagement on the M10 tank destroyer. Can it finish it off? Yes, it can. And actually, that will allow Gonzo to control this centre flag for now. So 13-11 to Yuejin, and it's kind of a tale of how much territory he has. But again, he doesn't have these flags, a bit like the previous game. He definitely needs to get reinforcing armoured vehicles down onto this southern side, or at least needs anti-tank guns, because there's just 1 left. And if that AT gun goes down, then the T-34 76ers can start to clear up the infantry. This is similar to the previous game. Again, Yuejin takes such an early lead in the southern part of the map, but Gonzo just eventually grinds down the resources, and obviously I think everyone knows about the defender's advantage. It's much easier to score kills as the defender, put yourself in defensive positions, than it is as an attacker, where you have to go out there and push and possibly get ambushed. But yeah, Gonzo has lost a hell of a lot of forces, but I think actually Yuejin has lost a hell of a lot of Shermans as well. It's tough to say who's in the better position right now. I mean, Yuejin has more infantry and ground units on the field, but I don't think Gonzo will be too disappointed. He's only 13-11 down. We are now into B phase. He has the income advantage from this point onwards. Down goes the only anti-tank unit left, able to fire on those T-34s. They are going to be able to make their way forwards. Gonzo is going to push back for this flag in the south. Will he be able to get it? I'm not 100% sure at this point. More cannon 57mm coming in to reinforce, although one of them not on a very good reinforcement order. I'd like to see if Yuejin does spot that and change it. Sometimes the AI can really, I don't want to swear, it can really cause problems. Let's put it that way. Oh, look at Yuejin. He's trying to sneak this compound up here. There are a couple of ZIS-2 guns that should have a nice day against the Shermans, but Yuejin does get the compound with Voltigeurs. Oh, the T-34s, yep, they have made it down here. Now they're out of enemy fire. The French infantry does not have AT weaponry on it, or it has very little. The sapeurs do with those bazookas, but no Nueve, Voltigeurs, they don't have it. They don't have the AT infantry. But the Sherman does pick off one T-34-76 from the top of the hill, and it may well pick off the other one as well. IL-2KR trying to strafe down that Voltigeur, recapture the flag. Gonzo does do it. It's 14-10 to Yuejin. He just prevented a 15-9 there. And it looks like a Bofors coming up into the north. Gonzo's pushing the north now. Gonzo's pushing the north. He has the infantry advantage. A couple of T-34s come in here, and I think actually this is where Yuejin could be in a lot of trouble. He's not reinforced his north throughout the entire game. It was his weakest flank at the very start. Gonzo had more infantry units, and I think with the two T-34s coming in, if that command Char M4A2 goes down, then Gonzo will have a decisive advantage up in that northern area. I think a T-34-76 did charge forward there trying to get the Sherman kill, but does go down. Actually, Gonzo's got no reinforcements back here, so everything's up for him in the northern side. Will Yuejin switch quick enough? Because I think Gonzo is going to make ground in that north, but if Yuejin switches focus, realises that's where Gonzo's attacking, I think he will be able to hold off and win the game. It's currently 14-10, 23 minutes left for Yuejin to gain victory. We do see the mortar M21 here now trying to take out those ZIS-2 guns, but the Shermans will actually do a pretty decent job themselves. T-34-76 engaging infantry from long range, but Yuejin has enough here to capture this compound. It's just whether he can reinforce this northern side, because there's two flags in huge jeopardy right now in the very northern town of this map, very northern city. In comes the reinforcing infantry, but I don't think they're going to get there. If this Sherman goes down, which it does, the T-34-76s should rampage forwards and cut off the reinforcement zones. That's what I expect to see from Gonzo right now. We can see the orders coming down. There is one unit of flamers here. It will go down once it's finally kind of spotted. Yuejin is making gains on the central plateau, but he has to react swiftly to this southern attack. His Bofors may well go down here. The T-34-76 has spotted it. Well, the infantry spotted it, and the T-34 should come in with the kill. I think actually he surely will get the kill. Oh, misses that first shot. I think just one Sherman in here. Yeah, the infantry unloads. He wasn't going to get that infantry there. Yeah, the Bofors goes down. Nice kill for Gonzo. Captures this flag down in the south. And I just don't feel like Yuejin is going to push this southern side. I think he's going to try and reinforce the north and try and hold the game. That's what I feel like Yuejin is going to do at this point. And actually he'd be much better served trying to retake these two flags. In comes a PE3 attack. Does kill the Sherman. The second one isn't needed. I don't know whether he's going to spot that M4A3 in time. Does retreat it. And look at the T-34s just pushing forwards on fast move. There are some sapeurs up north, so there is potential for some bazooka kills. The M10 tank destroyer is... Sorry, is that a 76? Sorry, an M4A3 76 is engaging that T-34 76. It may well get overwhelmed here though. Gonzo pushing forward, and I think Gonzo is looking for the spawn kill. Down goes one of the 76ers. Oh, this is quite a key engagement as well. 2 Shermans versus 176 here. Who is going to get the kill? Yuejin, I think, backing away from that. Although the strafing runs of the IL-2KRs really heavily stress out that Sherman. He maintains control of the flag. Oh, there is a... Oh, just forced back by the centre Bofers. In fact, there's 3 Bofers in here in the centre. Actually, I feel like Yuejin could do with, like, attack moving them up onto the top of this hill. He's very aggressive with his AA. I have noticed that from Yuejin. He's very, like, he takes up very aggressive positions with his AA. I mean, look at this one. He's actually fast moving ahead of the Shermans. He is very aggressive. So, 13-11 still to Yuejin. 20 minutes to hold on. And I think this is the case now. If Yuejin actually takes up these 2 flags, he gets himself a 15-9. I think Gonzo's given up on the south. There's no way he can take that south. The centre plateau here, he may be able to take this compound back. Oh, this is a very, like, Yuejin is in a very nice position right now. He's got a 13-11. I think he has a much better opportunity to take these flags back. Does take one of them, 14-10. He has more opportunity to take flags than I think Gonzo has to take flags right now. Which puts Yuejin in an incredibly good position. I think it's just patience for Yuejin right now. Patience. He can win this game. I think he's good. Wow, look at this movement order. Hopefully he's going to notice that. What? I think it's just patience for Yuejin. If he could just catch slowly, I think he will win this game. It's Eugen's game to lose right now. That is definitely the case. Mortar M21s are going to strike the ZIS-2. He finally noticed. He noticed where that cannon was going and pulls it back. Another strafing run from the IL-2KRs. Oh, the Bofers has gone down. Remember, very aggressive with that AA. Has lost another Bofers. I think he's going to need some planes up. And I think it's the right time to invest. I think he has the advantage. Another Bofers comes in. Fair choice, very fair choice. And a supply truck looking to fix up the crew killed M4A3 and the transmission damaged one just ahead of it. Gonzo obviously lost sight of the unit that he was attacking and falls back that PE3. Yeah, Gonzo is looking in a very, very tricky situation right now. 18 minutes for Yuejin to hold on, and if he takes one flag, probably this one down here, he will get himself a 15-9. Oh, actually, may well be this flag here because Gonzo is being advanced on by 4 Voltigeur squads backed up by sappers. The only thing Yuejin doesn't have down here is any kind of armoured vehicle, but that Strokey unit is going to go down, no doubt about that. He is outnumbered 4-1, and Yuejin should pick up the flag, secure himself a 15-9. But how long will he hold it for? There are reinforcing Strokey DPs coming up onto the central plateau. Will Gonzo be able to take back that area? IL-2KR coming in to try and strafe those Voltigeurs, but there just are too many for Gonzo to take out from the skies alone. T-34-76 coming around to flank. There are sappers in there with bazookas, so if those T-34s go all the way south, Yuejin could be in trouble. Strokey DP coming to try and cover off against that flag, but he's just going to be so heavily outnumbered here. I think there's much Gonzo can do, actually. Don't think there's much that Gonzo can do. What does he have in his support tab? Does have the 52Ps will have been completely used up, and T4s may well have been as well. So yeah, I think he'd be better off in, you know, placing a T-34 around this kind of position to use its long-range cannon and then eventually slowly moving infantry units in. But Yuejin capitalizes on his advance in the south. Gonzo's taking his eyes off. He's looking to reinforce that southern position, and in come sappers supported by volunteers, and I think Yuejin is going to re-secure a 15-9. He did lose the compound in that central area. The 15-9 re-secured, 7 minutes 30 left on the clock, and Yuejin will be very, very happy with his positioning right now. Again, another IL-2KR coming in, and I feel like, I think this is the reason Yuejin hasn't invested in planes, because IL-2KRs are pretty deadly actually in the skies. Very high resilience, can actually take out fighter planes, but at the same time I feel like Gonzo's relying on them too heavily. They're definitely not doing the job. They can, fair enough, they can pin down infantry units, but he's just overwhelmed in numbers, which means that he's not traded fantastically well early on. He has been down to a heavy income disadvantage, but the French don't have incredible infantry numbers, so the fact that at the moment they overwhelm the Russians certainly shows that Gonzo invested heavily in tanks early on. He didn't invest in infantry and he lost those tanks. Was it the wrong call? I don't think so. I can't. Oh, down goes another AA unit. Yuejin is losing his AA units. I feel like he is a bit too reckless with them. I feel like he is a bit too reckless. Maybe I could slightly criticize him for that. He's a much like he is so much better than I am, but so it's hard to criticize these players. Same with Gonzo. You know, these are much better players than I am. I could only maybe suggest things, but even my suggestions, they actually might be completely wrong. More Bofors guns head onto the field, and again, look, Yuejin very aggressive with his Bofors guns, and they're being taken out at range by T-34-76ers. Oh, a lot of investment up into the north. Oh, this one here as well could go down. Yuejin spots it and unloads. Gonzo picks up this southern flag. He really needs to dispatch the infantry. He is slowly... Oh, this is interesting. Is he going to be able to capitalise on the north? He's got Sturmoviki rocks. He's got Strelky DPs. The armour is cut off. The infantry is cut off in this town from its armour support. So I feel like Gonzo can push back this flag, but he may still be 13-11 down at this point. But he is picking apart this central hill. The Bofors, you know, are being taken down. Oh, this is interesting. 14-10 to Yuejin. Can he hold on for the next 11 minutes? Some mortar fire coming in onto the infantry. If he can dispatch this infantry, he can get himself a 15-9 again, but he is being advanced on slowly but surely. Down goes a T-34 to the Chart M4A2 at long range. Yeah, the Shermans definitely have the long range advantage over the T-34s for sure, because they have like 15 extra, well, they don't have 15 extra millimeters of penetration at 2 kilometers. They have it at like 500 meters, but the T-34s have zero extra penetration over the Shermans, so the Shermans definitely have the long range advantage over T-34-76 variants. So Yuejin will be happy to sit and engage at long range, and that's what he's been doing on this hilltop. It's only when those T-34-76s come in closer or are used in heavy numbers that really Gonzo has that advantage. The Sturmoviki rocks though are making their way through the town. Gonzo recaptures the flag briefly, but I think he will get it. I feel like these sappers will go down. It is 4-on-1 again. It's 4-on-1 again, similarly to the southern side. But the mortars, I feel like he switched fire. Oh, he's taken out the ZIS-2 gun here. P-38J onto the field. Oh, if the this 2 gun goes down in the south, we could see an advance, perhaps. Because Yuejin must realise Gonzo's got nothing down here by the fact that the front line is like disappearing in front of him. Very tight game. 59 to Yuejin. 59. Actually, the Sappers, I think, was that a support from the skies? I'm not quite sure, but it looks like possibly a bombing strike came in there. Both units of those, were they Strokey? I think there were 2 Strokey units down here. They have both gone down. And Yuejin maintains the 14-10. 8 minutes now. If he can get that 15-9, it's going to halve. It's going to be looking at 4 minutes. And I think Yuejin can secure it, but Gonzo is not out of this yet. He is heavily down. He is in heavy trouble, but I don't think he's out of it yet. PE3s coming in to try and take out these M4A3s. Oh, it does go down there. There are a lot of Bofors around. I feel like Yuejin has this. 3 minutes left on the clock. 15-9. Here comes the IL-2KR to face off against the P-38J. But it's possibly... Oh, there's a Spitfire in here as well. Down goes one of the Shermans, the M4A2s. Spitfire vectoring onto the PE3. Should get behind. Yes, does take it out. And it's 2 against 1 P-38J. But Yuejin calls back the P-38. And he is looking for an engagement. He's microing this Spitfire. Avoids the engagement. Look at the micro going on right now. And should get onto the back of that 2KR. What a fantastic display of micro. Landing gear damaged, and that 2KR is going down into the abyss. Congratulations, Yuejin, on that fantastic Spitfire engagement. Beautiful to watch. Beautiful to watch. And if you want to learn about micro of airplanes, rewatch that clip. Right there. Rewind, rewatch. So the armoured support of Gonzo has been taken down. Yuejin has the 14-10. I think he's just happy to wait this out. 4 minutes 30 left on the clock. I cannot see how Gonzo is going to get back into this game. He would need to take 2 flags. For me, it's probably this northern flag and this very far southern flag. But he's going to lose this flag here again in the centre. 2 minutes on the clock. I don't feel like Gonzo's going to win this one. I think Yuejin has trusted his gut. The previous game we saw him use the French armoured. And, you know, the British, just too good for the French. No, it didn't work for him in that previous game, but he was so close, taking 2 of Gonzo's spawns. I think the difference in this game was he got into this position and he didn't get greedy. Greedy is the wrong word. Yuejin didn't get greedy. He played the game how it's supposed to be played. He took the flag. He's got himself defensive positions. He's got AT guns in these tree lines here. You know, countering reinforcements coming down the road. In this tree line here, he got himself in a defensive position, and he didn't push for the spawn. And I think that really did save him in this game. 31 minutes, 8 seconds. Gonzo surrenders at the very end. But congratulations to Yuejin. 3,600 kills to 2,600 losses. Commiserations to Gonzo. And it's not too often I get to say that. Let's have a look at the kills for Yuejin. Chart M4A2. Wow, good early start. Takes out that ZIS-3, the 52p, the M42 gun. Shows how fantastic Shermans are against emplaced support equipment. And I imagine that Gonzo is probably not going to get too many Sherman kills with his T-34 76s. We'll look into that. But yeah, look at this chart, M4A2. 1, 2, 3 AT guns. Sherman's just so powerful against AT guns. The only weakness they have is at very long range, but if you get a couple of Shermans, maybe 3 against one AT gun, the AT gun, yeah, it might pick off one, but it's gonna lose to the other 2 Shermans. And remember, a ZIS 2 costs, I think it costs the exact same. I have a feeling it's 55 points, might be 60 points. Actually, yeah, I think the ZIS 3 is like 55 points. I think the ZIS 2 costs more than a Sherman. So it just shows how efficient those Shermans are. I feel a nerf coming on. Shermans have been very efficient from the very start of this game. For over a year now, and they've been on the very top of being like almost overpowered. There's the dog. He agrees with me. They've been on the top of almost being like overpowered for a long while. It's the one tank really left in competitive 1v1 play that everybody says is a good tank, because at the moment the meta, you know, it's infantry heavy. People certainly don't put stock into the big Axis tanks, but the Shermans, everybody loves them. And I think this Sherman here, Gossman, definitely shows why everybody loves them. Let's have a look at the kills for Gonzo. Let's see whether those T-34-76ers did a reasonable job. This one does take out 3 Shermans, which is rare, I feel like. Yeah, most of them are going to trade 1 for 1, I would say. This one takes out 3. You know, the odd one here and there will take out a couple, but most of them trading 1 for 1. It was the AT guns, I think, that were going to take out the Shermans rather than the 76ers. A couple of them, I think Gonzo massed them together, and it was really fun to watch, for sure. Really fun to watch. And I might have a go with the Turina and mass those T-34s together just like Gonzo did, because they were fantastic. Can't speak. Right, that is it. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. Leave your comments down below, chat about the game. Also, jump into the description, head into my Discord, chat about the game there as well. I'm pretty much on there like 24/7. Not quite 24/7, but I a lot of the time when I'm don't hopefully my girlfriend isn't watching. She's definitely not watching. She's not really too interested in this. But yeah, most of the time, like when we're having dinner or sat on the sofa watching TV, I'm just on my phone in the Discord chatting to you guys. Anyway, enough about that. No life. Yeah, check out the links in my description to my Twitch as well, and my Twitter. You know, follow me on Twitter. I update lots of news about new games that are coming and things like that. So yeah, for sure. Thanks very much for watching. I am Angry Bird. I will see you next time.